have an accelerator pump. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Brian and welcome back to Classic GBody Garage. This here is a 1978 Olds Cutlass that I bought for parts probably about 5 or 6 years ago. Found it on Facebook Marketplace. It was owned by an old lady who unfortunately passed away. The son was selling the car. He had really nothing to do with it here. He didn't want anything to do with it, I should say. I primarily bought this car for parts. I have been pulling parts off of it over the past couple years just to serve as parts for other projects that I have going on, and also to help people out to supply parts for their projects, but never even tried to get the car running. So what I'm going to do today is I'll throw a battery in it, see if we have power, check the fluids, see if it'll crank over, dump some gas on the carburetor, and we'll find out if this old 78 Cutlass will run. Alright, so let me do a little walk around on this car before I really dig into things, and I'll show you guys the true condition of it. So it has been sitting in a garage for a very long time. It was left abandoned, you know, as the lady who owned it had passed away. Her belongings were just sitting in her house for quite a few years. I really don't know how long it was sitting for, but I know it has been sitting a very long time, and I believe it was, you know, typical ran when parked. And overall condition, it is pretty rusted out. I know that the rear frame rails were patched up at some point in time, and the rear quarters are all rotted out to the point where the chrome will not stay on the car anymore. Looks like it was side swiped. The door, the fender, the quarter panel has damage on it. This is an absolute base model car, other than having an automatic transmission. It has the 231 V6 in it, no air conditioning. It does have power steering and power brakes. Automatic transmission, I believe it's a turbo 350, were put behind these V6s. But as you can see, I've been pulling parts off the car just over time. I've had it, you know, about 5 or 6 years. It does have an expired registration sticker from Pennsylvania on it from, you know, 1996, but it's been in Ohio for quite a few years. Base model mirrors, regular hubcaps, no vinyl top. Pulled all the chrome off of it for other builds. It did have the original dealer tag on it, which I pulled off of it. All right, let's take a look inside the trunk. Let me grab the keys. Cool thing about this car is it has all the original keys. One set was heavily used, you can see how worn they are, and one set is like brand new, and I think it has what, knob lock Oldsmobile, has the original keychain or key fob, if you want to call it that. So let's see what's inside the trunk here, see if these original keys work. Perfect. All right, we have a bunch of stuff in here. Looks like we have the original hubcaps. These are supposed to have a colored ring around the outside, probably a red ring to match the interior, I think, but you can see it used to be there. Got the air cleaner housing. No evidence of mice in there. Got a spare tire, got the original spare tire, hold down. I don't see a jack in here. Actually, here's jack hardware. Tire iron, it's all supposed to be back in there. Original floor mats, looks like they're broken. Got a set of studded snow tires, so you can see how rusty this car was. Studded snow tires, so it saw plenty of winters that it needed those. Some more hubcaps. They're all missing the colored ring. Another original floor mat. Another tire. Looks to be in pretty good shape. And emblems. Oh, here's some more jack hardware. Oh, here's the emblem for the trunk lid right there. Knob lock Oldsmobile Erie. So that's Erie, Pennsylvania. So that goes right in line with the registration that's on the windshield. So Erie, Pennsylvania, emblem was here, and then the Pennsylvania registration in the windshield from 1996. So it does have a lot of original items in this car, which is crazy. I have no idea why they're still in here, but maybe they found the pieces in the car or in the house and they just dumped them with the car. But check this out. Oldsmobile, compliments of your Oldsmobile dealership. So this is an old thermos. I'm afraid to even open it up, but pretty cool that this old thermos is still in this car. So this may have been an original owner car, considering that thermos. It does have an AM radio. I pulled the gauges out of it. It does have a perfect dashboard. I did buy the car for some of the interior pieces. It has original floor mats. And what's this? Oh wow. I've never even seen this before. Hiding underneath the seat. Bunch of paperwork on this car. Wow, bunch of paperwork on this car. We got dealership advertisements, owner's manuals. Oh wow, look at this. This is the original tag. Original tag that is hung from the steering column to show how the hazards work and everything. Looks like there's some old names and things like that. I'll cover that up. But another owner's manual, 78 Cutlass, some a receipt to the car, which I'll take a look at if there's any names on it. Some more receipts. AutoZone, 2003. You can see that. Won't focus, but this is 2003, so that may have been the last time it was on the road. What's this one here? 05. Superior Towing. 78 Olds Cutlass. $55. 2005, so the other one was 2003, 2005. Tough coat. I'm guessing when this was undercoated. Tough Coat Automotive. There's no date on it that I can see. Mileage says 184 maybe? 78 Olds Cutlass. Here's a date. 1980. So this is when the car was, this had to have been an original owner car. 1980 is when it was undercoated. Dorothy Brothers, Phillips, South Dakota, 78 Olds Cutlass, old pack of matches. That's pretty cool. Alright, so, hey, check this out. Maybe this is the original license plate. Yeah, check that out. 78. Original license plate, maybe, for this car. So a lot of really cool stuff in this folder. And there's even more in here. PPG paint information. So I'll put this all back nice and neat. But this is really cool stuff here. So I'll put this all back. But let's find out if this car will run. So it has been sitting for quite a few years. It's got a bunch of stuff down in the intake manifold, and it has the old 2-jet on it. This is the last year, I believe, for the 2-jet 2-barrel carburetor before they went to the dual jet that has more of the oval intake there. But it's not stuck. Everything moves freely. So things are looking good, and it looks like everything is hooked up underneath here as far as all the vacuum lines go. Looks like it has all the spark plug wires. But things are looking good. The belts are all on it, and everything like that. So looking good here underneath the hood. This battery is massive, but I think it's good. All right, positive cable. So far, I don't believe I have any fires. Holy cow, this thing is way over full. Oil up the nose. It kind of smells like gas. It's really, really thin. Really thin. But we'll go with it. It has something in it. Let me pull the transmission dipstick. Obviously, I won't get the true reading, but at least I'll be able to see if there's maybe something in it. Transmission fluid is very good color and does not smell burnt. Alright, so got it hooked up. So let me turn the key. I'll just reach over and see if it cranks. Wow, that cranks really fast, really fast. So that's a good sign. The starter's good, the motor's not locked up. I probably should have checked to see if the motor was locked up even before I turned the key, but hey, I'm not that concerned about the motor that's in this car, and hey, it turns over, so we're doing good. So let me grab a fuel line, which I have here. All right, hook to the fuel pump. Let's route it away from the fan and see if I can get a gas can up here. See what happens. All right, got myself about half a gallon of gas. So let's get this hose in it. Make sure no crap is in it. Let's stick it down here. It'll stay put. It'll stay put right here. All right. Now normally I'm used to the dual jets and the quadra jets. I mentioned this is the 2-jet. I don't know where the breather is on these things. Maybe it's back here. But very unfamiliar with these carburetors, but let me just put a little bit of gas down the intake here. All right, let's see what happens. It has oil, transmission fluid, of course. New fuel pump, so maybe it'll start sucking up this gas pretty quickly. We know it cranks over, so let me hit the key and see if it'll fire up. Other than that, it's pretty quiet. Unbelievable. It did stumble a little bit. The lifter tick is going away too, but it does have real thin oil in it. Almost like the fast idle is on it. Working. Nice. Fuel pump's working. Like I said, it ran off the gas that was in the carburetor, but as soon as it started to pump that gas, it smoothed right out. Unbelievable how nice it's run so far. The choke works, the fast idle kicks off. Unbelievable. This carburetor's not even plugged up. Wow. It runs pretty nice. The lifter tick quieted down. It's really quiet, it's very smooth. I tell you what, with these HEI distributors, All they need is to crank over, need some gas. Chances are it'll have spark. I didn't even check for any of that. I just took a chance to see if it'll fire up. Make it a really quick video. There's really not much messing around with this one. This thing is so quiet. Sounds like it's running on all 6 as well. Wow, unbelievable how nice this car runs. No accelerator pump, it dies. There it goes. Yeah, so it backfires through the carburetor because it has no accelerator pump. Maybe once it has gas in that carburetor soaking for a little bit, it might come back. But when there's no accelerator pump and you give it gas, it just dies. And it's running too lean, so it just spits it back out of the carburetor. Running nice, and it's hardly sucking any of that gas down. Hey, it's a V6 after all. Good miles per gallon, right? Little tiny 2-barrel. But I don't see any major leaks right now. It's running nice. There, just kicked down completely. Idling on its own. Who knows how long this car's been sitting for? The last paperwork was 2005, so maybe it was towed back into the garage in 2005, and it's been sitting ever since, but it's really hard to say. So I will change the oil. Hey, it's a good drive line. Who knows what we can do with it at some point in time. So let me let it warm up. I'll get some air in that tire, and we'll see if it'll go into gear. All right, well, let's find out. The tire's full. Got gas, oil. It runs. Let's find out if it moves. Fire's right up. Fast idle's back on. No brakes at all. Brake pedal goes to the floor. Here we go. It tried to move. Here we go. Here we go. Woo! All right. All right, well, it moved out of its spot, and the tire, I rolled down the end of the driveway and back. And the tire is not happy about that. So all the air is coming out of the tire real quickly. You can see what it looks like. The tire's completely shot. So there won't be much driving this car. I will have to stick another tire on it, at least to roll it around the yard. But that's it, guys. It runs, it rolls. It does not stop, there's no brakes, the pedal goes to the floor. But it's running pretty good, surprisingly. It fires right up. Hoses are hot. We have an accelerator pump. Whoa, a little bit of fire there. I'm going to have a fire extinguisher. Guess the accelerator pump is not back as much as I thought it would be. But hey, it runs good. It moves on its own. Hey, what is more to say about a car that's been sitting for potentially, what, 18 years or so? 2005, is that 18 years? Long time, guys. These old General Motors cars with that HEI ignition really are nice. And if you find one, they might fire up just as quick on you. Alright guys, well, that's it for this one. Just a really short video. Didn't take much at all to get this old Cutlass running. We got really lucky, considering it had that what appears to be a brand new fuel pump on it, or at least a couple years old. It also sat in the garage for a very long time, so that helped. It did not sit out in the elements. And when I got the car about 5 or 6 years ago, I did put it inside the barn here, so it sat inside for about that period of time. It did sit outside where you saw it, maybe for about a year or two, not that long to really affect things. But fresh battery, fresh gas, had that new fuel pump on it, a little bit of gas on the carburetor, and it fired right up and ran smooth. We did get lucky with the carburetor as well. It didn't puke gas, and it ran fine at idles, which is hard to believe. But let me know what you guys do about getting old cars running. How quickly does it take you to get lucky like this? Let me know in the comments down below. But that's it for this episode at Classic G-Body Garage. Make sure you guys are subscribing, hit that like button, notifications, all that good stuff. And until the next Classic G-Body Garage video, make sure you keep those G-Bodies rolling. Watch them not fire up now. What? Might turn this one into a daily driver.